Hey guys, it is your coach Tanya Gris here, and I'm doing my meal prep. So normally I get my meal prep done a lot earlier on a Sunday, but we have had a busy day. We've been redoing the office. We built the desktops today, so I've been putting the urethane on it. We're going to put about 5 layers. I've already put 2. So I decided Alex went to his truck to get some work done. I'm getting my food prep in while dinner's in the oven cooking. Figured that was easiest. Tonight is a 1-pot in the oven type dinner, along with some leftovers from the week. So easy dinner for me tonight, so I'm gonna get my food prep done now. So I wanted to, hey guys, I see you guys hopping on. How are you? So, hey Renee, hey Angelita. So I wanted to open up meal prep with any questions. I wanted to do a little Q&A session while I was doing my food prep, show you guys how I do my food prep. Tomorrow actually starts my first day of leaving the house Monday through Friday. I will be working side by side with Alex on his work truck. I will be doing all my Beachbody work from the passenger seat of his truck and helping him out on his truck, meeting the guys and stuff like that. So I'm super excited to meet the guys. So I am adding into the food prep. Normally I do lunches as well, but now I'm adding my lunch and my snacks for the day. So let me show you really quick. Hey, how's everybody doing? Hey Heather. The kids don't use lunch boxes. They use the plastic bags from the grocery store. Their lunches are done and will go in the refrigerator. I have me and Alex's lunch box here. Here's his, here's mine. Of course, my 21-day fix. This actually came with my Portion Fix meal plan. I got a cool, awesome little cooler. So that's gonna be my lunch box for all my foods. So I will take care of his and my lunches after. Here is my food list. So I can go right down the row, and I'll make my shake, I'll make my salad, my snack. That'll all be in my lunchbox for tomorrow as well as his. So what I'm prepping right now is I'm going to cut up my mango and my kiwi, put them in some Tupperware containers because I'm going to be having fruit and things like that for my breakfast, and it's quick and easy. I don't have to take time to cut those. I have already washed this fruit right here, so I am going to put the grapes in a Ziploc bag, cut up the strawberries, and get that stuff. I'm also going to cook up some rice for Alex's lunches. We have some chicken cooked, so I want to utilize that chicken and the leftover meatloaf for his lunches for the week. Hey, bud. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm going to get the pot in a minute. When Ryan's done with whatever he's doing, he can get it for me, so I can get the rice on the stove. But I always, sure, I can help you. But I always, well, honey, you got to wrap it right. Lay it flat. And let's roll it up right so it can go in the bag correctly. So I always have my fruits getting washed and cut up so it's quick grab and go, because I am one that when I need snacks, especially now that I'm doing all 4 of our lunches each night before bed, because that's easiest. Everyone just grabs their lunch as long as I remember to take it out of the refrigerator, which I forgot on Friday for Ryan, and I had to bring his lunch back to him. But everybody just grabs their lunch, or I grab them in the morning, they go right out on the counter. There's nothing I need to think about. So when you're doing your meal prep, it's really great to make sure when you're doing your dinners at nighttime, it's really great to make sure that you're making lunches for the next day for everybody, lunches and snacks. Have them packed and ready. And then that way you're prepared and you're ready. All you have to do is worry about getting yourself dressed and having your breakfast and getting everybody's breakfast. And so in the morning when you go in the fridge to get breakfast, you just grab all the lunch boxes and sit them on the counter. Put the ice packs in whatever ones need ice packs, and you're done with that. 2 seconds. So that's a big tip for me to share with you guys today, is to make sure that you do that. The dogs are squeaking their toys. But like I said, so for food prep, I will take my mango. I'll slice up all my mangoes. I'll do the same thing with my kiwi. I already have apples sliced. I actually cheat on the apples. I buy them already sliced because there's no reason for me to sit here and cut up apples, because then they get brown and nasty. So I try to buy them sometimes already sliced. I utilize those for Ryan a lot and for Alex in their lunches, which reminds me I need to pack some in a bag for Ryan's lunch. And my grapes, I wash them and I try to pull them off. I usually have Ryan or Kayla do that for me. Pull them off and put them into a big Ziploc bag. And then that way, same thing, grab and go. And the way that I grab and go with my fruits, as you guys know, I will just take this, I will fill it, and I'll put it right in my lunchbox. And so when I'm ready for a fruit for a snack, this is where it's coming from. And then that way I know I'm staying within my containers. So normally I don't have to do that because I don't leave the house, but now I will be utilizing those. I will take my strawberries, I will cut the tops off, and I'll cut my strawberries in 4s, and they will go in one of these containers. And what I love is that these don't take up a lot of space in the refrigerator, so I just stack them. So all my fruits and stuff are usually in here, where Alex's chicken most of the time is in here. We still have some, so I don't need to do that for him. So those are all the things that I do when I do my food prep. I always have all different types of sizes of containers. This is probably what I will pack my salads in for lunches if I don't use like a mason jar, because it'll go best into that lunch box that I have. And for Alex as well, this is what his chicken and stuff goes in for his lunches, because now there's a microwave on the truck, so we can have hot lunches if we want. So that is really what goes into my food prep. Like I said, I always prep brown rice, because Alex eats brown rice with his lunch. A lot of times we eat it with dinner. And then that way, if it's already made, which I'm getting the water for that right now actually, but that way if it's already made, then you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to sit there while you're making dinner and give yourselves an extra 10 minutes to get the rice going or the brown rice going. Same thing with quinoa. You won't have to wait that extra 10-15 minutes to have it cooked. It'll already be done. I'm going to show you guys the rice that I get a lot. Let me put this on the stove real quick. And tonight's dinner is one pot. It's something that I did at the food prep party that I went to, the Wild Tree party. And it's all the chicken and the veggies and everything in a Ziploc bag with all the seasonings, and it went into the freezer. So I took it out of the freezer this morning and I thawed it out, and then it just went in the oven at 400 in the pan. So when we're ready to eat, I'm going to take it out and we're going to eat. So let me show you. This is the brown rice that I get. Very easy. Just grab as many bags as you want. I usually will food prep 2 bags at a time because I don't like to waste the rice. And after so many days, it will get like dry. So you have to put like a little bit of, we'll put a little bit of liquid aminos in it for flavoring and to get it going. But I usually do a couple bags, 10 minutes, and they're done. Let me take you over to the stove while I get that going. And like I said, my quinoa is always done ahead of time. I always look at my food prep paper. And that's what I sit down and go over that I showed you guys earlier. I will sit down, I'll figure out my food. I usually do that on Wednesday, Thursday, because Fridays I try to get groceries done. Like this weekend's gonna be busy. I'm gonna have to do my food prep on Saturday because all day Sunday I am going to the class to become a Country Heat instructor, which means that locally here in South Florida, well, really anywhere, but it's going to be locally because I live here, I will be able to bring Country Heat to any gyms, any dance studios, and stuff like that. So I will be Saturday night packing my lunchbox with snacks and food and my lunch and my Shakeology and all of that stuff. So that way I have everything I need for the day because it's a full day. So I'm super excited about that. So I will not be food prepping on Sunday. I'll be dancing all day on Sunday, which is normally my run day. So I will miss my run, but that's okay. Maybe I'll run Saturday. So I usually come over to my list and I look and see, you know, what's going to be going on some of my salads, and if I have quinoa for any of my meals, and I do not, so there's no reason to prep any of those. But what I will do sometimes is look and see what the dinners are to see if there's anything that I could food prep ahead of time. We're usually not home at a late hour, and we try to eat dinner at about 6:30. So I do my workouts in the morning. So when Alex comes home, he does his workout, which usually takes him about an hour. So that gives me time to get dinner cooked fresh so I don't have to worry about prepping too much of the food for our dinners. So I want to open it up right now, give you guys a couple minutes to see if anybody has any questions. Hey John, how are you? Hey Lisa, just looking to see who's on here. Hey Rocky and Deborah and Nancy, thank you all for joining me. So do you guys have any food prep questions? I know for the longest time when people were talking about they were food prepping, I always felt lost. Oh, another thing I food prep is my spaghetti squash. Like next week I have chicken parm on the list, a couple pizza meals for everybody. As much as I do have my carbs, I like my carbs more in my sweet potatoes and my Dave's Killer bread when I have my egg sandwiches. So I try not to do too much pasta. I'll have a little bit, but I try not to do too much. So instead of having the pasta, I'll use the spaghetti squash and put the sauce over it. And I like it better than pasta. Being Italian, I'm pretty surprised with that, but it's very, very good, and it's a little more tasty actually than some of the pastas. And then I don't feel like that feeling after you eat where you feel like you can't breathe and you're gonna like go into a coma because you ate, because it really fills you up. When you're not used to eating a lot of pasta, that's how it makes you feel. So I will do my spaghetti squash, and I have a video that I did. I went live and I went ahead and uploaded the video on my YouTube on the easy way to make spaghetti squash. So if anybody wants the link to that, comment me in the comments here and I'll make sure that I put the link in the comments so you guys can see. But I get my spaghetti squash done in about 16 minutes. 12 minutes as opposed to 25-30 cooked in the oven and then you have to wait for it to cool. In about 16 minutes I can eat my spaghetti squash and it's completely cooked, ready to go. So I have a little tip for you on how to do that. But I'm just kind of like looking at the counter to see what else I do. Sometimes I will cut up and dice up my onions and put them in a Tupperware container in the refrigerator because a lot of my meals I cook up some onions beforehand to give it a little bit of a flavor. So I will cut up things like that and cut up my veggies. So let me see. I see some people are here asking questions. Let's see. Anna, am I making a list of what my meals? Are you talking about my list that I use for my meals? I make my own list. I don't get it from anywhere. The template that I use, I actually got from a friend of mine when we were in the Quarter Force test group, and it goes along with my portion controlled, my portion fixed meal plan that I follow. It is not a diet plan. What it is you use these color-coded containers. You utilize these, all different colors. Like you have your orange, your blue, your reds, your greens. You have a yellow also. Some of my yellows are in the dishwasher. But you have yellows also. And what this does is, it's not a diet. It actually teaches you, because some people don't realize, you can overeat on healthy foods. So what this does is it shows you the proper portions that you should have of your whole foods, your healthy foods. Another tip I have for you guys goes with shopping. When you shop the perimeter. Don't go up and down the aisles as much. Do your perimeter shopping first. I have to go up and down the aisles for a few things, like if you need chicken broth, beef broth, vegetable broth, things like that. That's okay going up and down the aisles, but don't go up and down the aisles and shop for your meals, because your meals are not on that aisle. That's where all your preservatives and your fillers are, and that is not what you want to be putting in your body. So to answer your question, Anna, I actually make up my food for the week. I start with my dinner on my list. I write my shake, because I have my shake every day for my morning breakfast, and then I do my dinners. And then I figure out what containers all of that is, and then I could figure out my breakfast and my lunch and my snack based on what containers I have left. So it helps me stay on track with my meal plan. I definitely have learned that it is 80% nutrition, 20% fitness. I've always heard that, I've always said it, but I actually figured out that it's true, because once I really dialed into my nutrition, that's where I'm finally seeing the results come in. There you go, Lindsay, then do it. Make sure you sit down. Oh, I'll definitely send you the spaghetti squash. It's the easiest way. You can make it so quick. But definitely, I mean, think about it, okay? Lindsay, think about it this way. You're gonna take 10 minutes out of your time to sit down and figure out your food for the entire week. And you're not just figuring out your dinners. You're figuring out your breakfast, your morning snack, your lunch, your afternoon snack, dinner, and your possible nighttime snack. So you're gonna figure out your 6 meals, which is what you should eat every 2 to 3 hours, but you're gonna figure out your 5 to 6 meals for the entire day, for the entire week. It's gonna take you about 10 minutes. That's gonna save you time compared to standing in the kitchen when you get home like, what the heck am I gonna make for dinner? It saves me time. So after I do my food list, I come over here and I write our dinners down. I have my chalkboard here. There's the kids' chore charts. And I have our meals here. So nobody ever has to ask me what's for dinner. And I let them chime in. I let them chime in and write down on the board what they want for dinner, because anything that they eat is on my meal plan. Chicken, vegetables, any proteins, anything. It's on the meal plan. Shepherd's pie, it's on there for dinner. It's on my meal plan. It's just the portion of it that I eat. That's what I love about this meal plan. Everybody's involved. So the kids can write what they want for dinner, and that's okay. Whatever they want to eat, we'll eat it. So we all write on there what we want for dinner. Let's see. Yes, it definitely saves money, Lindsay, because then you are only shopping off your list of what you need for your meals, instead of what I used to do. I used to just go to the store, and I used to be one of these people that went like this up and down the aisle, and I was just like, oh yeah, I can make that. Oh yeah, I'll buy my normal things. pasta, sauce in a can, which I don't do that. I make it just as fast, doing it fresh. Macaroni and cheese, chicken breast, like all the normal things. I would buy the same things, all the crap, going up and down the aisles. You know, I'd buy the soups and I'd buy all that stuff, and then I'd figure it out later. It's so much better and saves you so much more money if you figure it out before you go. So like I said, I usually try to sit down like Wednesday or Thursday and get it done, and then I try to do my shopping on Friday, or I try to go online and order it through Walmart Grocery that we have here, and I can schedule for a pickup for Friday after work. When Alex and I are on our way home, I could get the groceries, and then come home with groceries and do whatever, and then go do a family date night or order out or whatever for Friday, whatever we might want to do. But it definitely saves you time and money. Let me see if this is getting going yet. All right, I'll put my timer on. All right, let's see what other questions we have. Hey Zena, I called you, girlfriend, so call me back tomorrow so we can chat and try to plan a day. Exactly, and then you forget what everything was. Okay, Zena, awesome. I'll text you back as soon as I'm done. Yes, this is what I need to do. We eat out fast food way too much. Yeah, Anna, if you want, I can actually, if you want to message me, I can help you out with it, because this is definitely something that I've learned throughout the process of going through that test group. And then when I did the ultimate reset that I just finished a couple weeks ago, or a week and a half ago, it really taught me all about nutrition and planning and prepping and being ready. And this is the way to stay on track. If you do not plan it, if you do not get your stuff going, you're gonna fall off. You're not gonna stay on track. You're definitely not gonna be on track. You're gonna fall off. You're definitely gonna eat out more. Now, are there healthy choices eating out? Absolutely. I'm gonna start cutting up my strawberries while I'm talking to you guys. There are healthier choices eating out, but the big thing is, as you guys can hear, my father was just calling me. That's our song that we danced to at my wedding. The big thing with eating out is the fact that you don't really know how they're preparing it. Are they cooking it with fattening butter, or are they using extra virgin olive oil? Are they steaming your vegetables, or are they frying them in fatty oils and just gross stuff? So, you know, I do find that when I eat out less, I stay on track more. And when you eat out, I have an eat out tip for you. I'm just full of tips today. Here's my eat out tip. I have 2 eat out tips. And again, you guys, make sure you're sharing this video because somebody really can utilize these tips also. Here's one eat out tip. Eat, whoop, as I'm dropping strawberries, eat half the portion that you order. Except if you're at a super fancy place, because super fancy, expensive places, you pay like 30 bucks for a little piece of chicken like this. So you don't have to eat half of that. But if you're going to like Chili's or Applebee's or anything like that, and you're ordering chicken with a vegetable and a rice or whatever, eat half. They usually give you way too much food. So eat half, bring the other half home. Then you've purchased 2 meals instead of 1. So that's gonna save you some money too. So say you go out to dinner tomorrow night, okay? And you haven't done any food prepping, and you go out to dinner tomorrow night. If you ask, this is what I do every time. I order my food and then I say, when you bring the food, can you please bring me a to-go container? And they do. Some of them look at me funny. I don't care. And what I do is I take half of my food before I even eat. Out of sight, out of mind. Before I even eat, I take half of my food and I put it in the to-go container and I put it with my purse so I grab it when I'm done. And then I take my time and I eat my food. They tell you, you need time. Eat slower. Drink a glass of water before you eat to help fill your stomach, and you eat a little bit slower. So what I do is I take a bite and I put my fork down while I'm chewing and enjoying my food. If you hold the fork, you're constantly gonna be shoveling it into your mouth. You're gonna eat too fast. Your body hasn't had a chance to tell your brain that you're full yet, and then you keep eating. That's when you get that, oh my God, I feel like I'm so full, I can explode. So ask for that to-go container and put half of your food in a to-go container. Now you either have dinner or lunch for the next day. So you could bring that for your lunch to work. And then at least you know you're still eating something healthy and you're eating a good portion. Another tip, if you forget about breaking your food in half before you eat and putting it in a to-go container, here's my other tip. Once you feel full, you either take a napkin from the table or you take any dirty dishes from the table, you grab them and you put them on your food, on your plate. Because there is no way you're going to continue picking at that food when you've picked up all the garbage from the table and put it in your plate. That's another tip that I used to use and I still use to this day, and it's funny because I watch Alex use it, is I start clearing the table and I put it on my plate. Because the one thing that we do, how many times have you said this to yourself? Oh my God, I'm so full, but it's so good, I can't stop eating. All the time. So if it's so good and you can't stop eating and you're waiting for the server to come and collect your plate, put all the dirty stuff on the table in your plate. That will help you to stop. So there's some tips for you guys. I am just finishing up my food prep. Does anybody else have any questions for me before I sign off and continue all of this food prep? I'll give you guys a couple minutes just in case because I know it's got a little lag to it. All right, I don't see any questions coming through, so I will let you guys go, but those were my tips for eating out, my tips for food prepping, my tip for making your lunches at nighttime. I do it every night. It's something that I started a couple weeks ago and it's been working out great. Once I knew that I wasn't gonna have a lot of time in the morning to get everybody's breakfast and lunches done because I'm gonna be working on the truck with Alex, I started implementing a new system for myself to make it easy. And making lunches while I was doing dinner was awesome and it helped me a lot. So that's a big thing. If you guys want to start, you are so welcome, Lindsay. Anytime. And like I said, message me. I can help you with any of this stuff. But I make everybody's lunch and it goes in the refrigerator. It makes the morning so much easier and so less stressful on us who are preparing for everybody for the whole day. It's hard enough to prepare for ourselves, but to add kids and hubbies on top of it, it makes it even harder. So I hope some of these tips helped you guys. I hope seeing how I food prepped helped you guys. And if you have any questions, please feel free to message me and I can help you with any of it. And I will definitely put the YouTube link of how to make this spaghetti squash in this comment thread for you guys. So have a good rest of your Sunday. Have a great week this week. I'm sure I will see you more live on here, but I hope you have a great day, guys. Bye.